Hi there guys, it's Helen from Slim and Stylish, and I've got a short video for you today that's only going to be using a few products. So it's quite a cost-effective product to do, but looks lovely. It's this gorgeous box. It's 4 inches by 2 inches, and the ribbon just attaches to the lid. So it's like that, and you can fit some lovely things in there. I want to make some 4x4 cards. So that's what will be going in there for me. But you could put in there, I don't know, some chocolates or some sweets, or you can change the measurements. You could perhaps do it for a CD or anything. You know, you wouldn't with this measurement, but if once I've told you the measurements, you could add an extra inch on and you could make a box for the CD. I might actually do that coming up to Christmas, because I do often get lots of people's CDs. I make a box for them. So I'm going to be talking you through this. I am using the whole lot of lovely designer series paper. So that's this paper here, the whole lot of lovely. It's got 12 sheets in it and 2 each of 6 double-sided designs. Okay, and I'm going to be teaming it with the pool party, which is in the cardstock pack that comes alongside it. I did do it with black for the first one because I thought it coordinated so well with this one, but I'm going to be using this colour for my lid. So I'm going to use the pool party for the base, and I put the lemon and lime twist ribbon with it. I didn't think it went to start off with. I was going to put a pool party ribbon with it to bring out the blue, but as I was doing a pool party product next, I thought brighten it up, and I put some lemon and lime twist. It does actually go with the paper because that colour is in some of the leaves, but I just thought it was a bit bright and vibrant. So I'm just going to take the lid off there because I have only just finished this and I use my Tombow, and I don't want my lid to stick to my base, otherwise I'm not going to be the happiest person in the world, and it's just like me to do that. So let me give you the measurements and we can get started. So the top, the lid part, the designer series paper, is 8 inches by 8 inches, and the base is 7 7/8 of an inch. So if you can just, I don't know if you can see that, you have got literally just 1/8 of an inch around the outside. So this is 7 7/8 of an inch wide as a square, and this is 8 inches round as a square. Okay, and the scoring on these are really simple. So I'm just going to start with the base first. You get your Simply scoring tool out. You see that, yeah? And you just want to score this at 2 inches round. As you're just off the 8 inches, you might find it easier just to keep turning the page. 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. Okay, and that is all you need to do for the base. So if you just put that off to the side. Right, for the top, you need to, let me just put, I'll put a scoring bit for us, be a bit easier because I always forget as well. Okay, so you want to score it at 2 inches all the way around, and you also want to score it at 7/8 of an inch. Okay, so this one here just before the one. So if you score at both of those, I'm going to turn it over because that's the side I want to use. So I want to score it on this side so it bends in nicely. I'm just going to turn it around. It's actually, oh, it's a bit easier going this way. This paper on this side is a bit hard to score because the lines aren't straight, and as you're following it, it makes it look like your scoring mark isn't straight. But it's just the paper. But this is a real trick with your eyes on that side. Glad I'm not making my box on that side. It wouldn't look equal. So, those are your score marks. That's all you need to do for your scoring. So I'm just going to fold and burnish this for you. Just want to fold along all the score lines, folding in so the pattern that you actually have for the top of the lid is what's on the outside. Now it's whichever way you can see the score marks properly. You're not going to see them on that side, so it's going to be this side. Right, so once you've done that, you have your main cross, and then in the corner you have 3 squares. You have a big square here, just there, and then you have a little rectangle there, a little rectangle there, and a little square there. You want that rectangle, that square, and that rectangle to go. So let me cut it and you can see what I mean. So you want it like that on every corner of your box. And you also want to take that in all the way down and then make this into a tab. Like that. Okay. So if you do that on every side, cut the L out. And then just make that into a tab. Like that. Okay. Sorry, that's actually taken its time and I'm really wary I'm not talking to you, but I'm trying to see the score lines at the same time so I know that I'm getting it right for you. I did do a couple of videos, I don't know whether you saw them, that were time-lapse videos with no speaking at all, and I thoroughly enjoyed doing those. I had a few messages from people, they missed the human interaction. They said it was much better to have one where you're talked through the steps. Other people said it was a nice idea and they enjoyed it. But personally, I like it for cards. I think just for a quick card, you can do a time-lapse video, 3 or 4 minutes, and all you're doing is stamping and inking, and it made sense. But for boxes, when you actually do have to discuss or talk measurements or talk through where you score them, I prefer to talk, and then at least we're all on the same side wavelength. So that's your box. That's all you really need to do on it. What I do, because I think I've explained this before, I prefer it, is I just make this end big rectangle just into a tiny little tab. So I'm just taking a notch off each section. I don't know whether I can't cut straight or can't stick straight, or whether it just does it to annoy me, but I can never get anything to just sit flush with it. And afterwards I fiddle around with it for ages and can't get it right, and it annoys me. So it's just better just to take a little notch out for me. So it's up to you how you do it. So you now want to turn that over, fold all of your flaps in, and then come along with your fuse. Your fuse is best for this because it's quite a thick, heavy box. Because you're putting it sort of, you're reinforcing the lid and you're putting the ribbon in as well, and you're going to be tying it from there. It's just a bit heavier than a normal box. So I know, even though I know it's DSP, I didn't do that very neatly. And DSP should stick with your snail. I haven't done that neatly again. I recommend the fast fuse for it. It doesn't matter about getting glue there because I am going to be sticking that down eventually, but there we go. Right, so with this, you just bring each section in to meet and seal. Again here, bring it in, meet at the corner, push it in and seal it. Here, meet at the corner, push it in and seal it. And just the same here. Okay, so I'm just going to pinch all of those in now just to make sure they're all stuck. And that's your box. Really, these flaps will all bend in. So you want to pick 2 to bend in. So which ones have I done the neatest? That's neat and that's neat. Oh, yeah. So these 2 I'm going to bend in here. I found the best way to do this was using the Tombow. It is the best with the fast fuse, but to try and get, can I get my hand in to do that? See, it's a bit fiddly, isn't it, to get your hand in to play with your fast fuse down there. Yeah, I'm just going to use the liquid glue. It's a little bit easier. It's a bit messier with my next order. I'm definitely going to be getting, I saw someone online use the silicone mat and I loved it. They just put a little bit of glue on it and they were able to wipe it straight off, and that's brilliant because my grid paper is always tacky with this glue. I wouldn't mind getting the silicone mat. If you've got it, let me know how good and effective it is when you glue in. I could do anything to stop me from getting messy. Like I said, it's very, very tacky, my workspace. So I'm just going to stick these down. I think it's because when you use your snail or your fast fuse, you always want to go close to the edges, don't you? And then when I use my Tombow, I do the same. And as you push it down, it pops out the sides, and that's when it gets messy. Right. Just push that down there. So that's those two done. Okay, this is where you're going to be using your ribbon. Like I said last time, I use the lemon and lime twist ribbon. I'm not going to use it on this one, even though it would go really nice, wouldn't it? I'm going to use the burlap from the autumn winter catalogue because I can't just escape the autumn winter catalogue completely. So I'm going to use this, I think. It should look nice with it. It goes. And there is a very faint bit in this burlap of glitter. I don't know. Can you see it? It glitters. It's beautiful. Really nice. So to do that, you just need to stick it in here. But first, you need to cut it. So if you look at what length you need. So that's the length really for the box and how much you're going to need to tie. What am I thinking? How much? Yeah. That's probably far too much, but I'd rather have too much than too little. Really. There we go. So I've got two that are exactly the same length there. And if you're wondering what I've used 16, probably about 18 inches. Okay, so with this, put your Tombow in. Ready to stick exactly the same as you've done your other ones. But then, just to reinforce it just a little bit, I'm just going to put some fast fuse onto that, just so it's definitely going to stick. Stick that in the middle of just the top flap. Okay, so is that in the middle? Yeah, I reckon so. Bend the flap down, like that. Then you really want to make sure that that one's stuck because that's got the ribbon underneath. Where's my bone folder? Go in and push it. And then you just want to bring that back round, fold your box over like that while you've just done it, so you've got it right, and just put a bit of fast fuse again on that. So you've folded that over and then stick the bit with the fast fuse straight up, just on there. So it's like that. That is going to go lovely with that, and the little bit of glitter that's in this burlap ribbon is beautiful. So let's just do this one. You're doing this side exactly the same. Put your Tombow on. Again, a little bit of fast fuse just on the ribbon. I didn't think it did. You have to push. When you use fast fuse on ribbon, it normally works quite nice, but when you're doing it on the burlap, just push a little bit harder because it just doesn't seem to want to go on as easy. Let's just move that over. I think that's quite straight. There we go. Straight now, yeah. There we go. So you now push that in. And again, you just want to stick that down. See, Tombow's got to my burnishing folder now. It's all sticky. Right. And exactly the same, you just fold that back on itself. Fold it round. I'm having a slight panic attack at the moment because I've just realised that this burlap is quite a lot thicker than the ribbon, and I'm really hoping that it doesn't make it the lid too thick to fit on the box, otherwise I'm going to be a bit upset. I do like this. I might actually tie that once it's stuck and on the base, because it will just give it a bit more structure. So with the base, you want to do roughly the same what you did with the top. You just want to create some flaps here. Okay. When you're tabbing in, just tab into the tabs, not the. Make sure that is cut straight. Okay, you can use your scissors. Probably a bigger pair of scissors would be better here, so you can get it in one go. But I like these scissors. They're a lot thinner than my other scissors, and so they're a lot easier to use. I haven't used Pool Party for ages. My Pool Party ink needs re-inking. All the ink tabbing the end in there, and so I haven't been using it because I haven't bought the re-inker. But this doesn't need any stamping, so I do like Pool Party. Right, just fold all of these in. Okay, then with these you're using the fast fuse again because it's card. One piece down the bottom, one piece at the top. I find it a lot easier to stick all of these tabs before sealing them all down. It's a lot neater that way, but whichever way you normally do it. So again, you're just bringing all of these in together. Like that. And that's your box. So all you need to do then is just put the lid on, and this is the moment of truth with the burlap ribbon as to whether it fits or... Oh, it doesn't, it doesn't, it doesn't. It does, it does. Yes, it fits. Oh. It's a bit tight with the burlap ribbon. There we go. It does fit. It's quite tight, but it still fits, which is lovely. I'm not sure how to tie this. We'll get there. It's so pretty. You look at burlap and you just think, oh, it's going to be so boring, but I didn't expect for this to come with the glitter in it, and it just looks so pretty and glitterful. And there we go, there's your box. Just make it a bit more. Try and make it a slightly smaller bow. And then just cut that off like that, and there is your box. So it's 2 square boxes, 4 inches square, 2 inches up, with the ribbon across. How beautiful are those? Alright, and if you wanted to do these 4 CDs, like I said, I might do a CD project for you to show you how to do them, but you would just take the inner measurements out, and you'd perhaps, instead of going around and doing it by 2 inches, perhaps just do it by 1 inch. But I will do one of those for you. Probably do it nearer Christmas actually, because they'll be good Christmas presents. But I like those. Okay, thank you. Bye.